Howdy amigos, happy Halloween. Welcome back here to the No Booze Reviews room. Look who's back. The old PMP, the paper mache pig. Got our little pin up here in our new digs here, the new No Booze Reviews room. I know we hadn't talked in a while, but believe it or not, we've been working hard for you and we've been thinking about you often. So I hope all is well out there. Again, just a reminder, our goal here is to help promote an alcohol-free lifestyle and help you explore a life without alcohol. I've been noticing tons and tons of articles and posts and stuff. More and more studies are coming out. People are just realizing the negative effects of alcohol. I mean, it's kind of been out there for a long, long time. But just as far as people really starting to take their health more seriously and kind of dig into that on a much narrower scope, it's coming out that alcohol is just it's really not beneficial. It interrupts your sleep, not good for your organs, all sorts of stuff. And those things can snowball and impact all sorts of all other areas of your life. Easy for me to say. Today we are going to jump in here. I wanted to sneak this in here because I feel like I feel like this is more of a summer type thing, but it's the Chelada Nada from Athletic Brewing. I love a chelada, which if you're not familiar with it, it's originated in Mexico, typically made with beer and lime juice and some sort of spices. There are premixed. This is a collaboration they did with Arriba Chelada, and I was just reading up on them. They don't use high fructose corn syrup. They do use organic tomatoes, so you can get your snobbery on. But hey, look, those are probably better for us in the long run. But anyway, we're going to jump in and see what this is all about. But first, a word of caution. I get one of my, I don't know if obsession is probably too strong of a word, but I focus in a lot on people's crutch phrases. And the most common one out there right now that's driving me crazy is people using the word right. And it especially, I think, rears its head in maybe leadership conversations or, people who are giving talks, and it's always this, and I get it. I think probably the first person who did it was really on to something. I don't know if they looked into the psychology of it all, but it's this positive, leading you down a positive pathway just by saying the word right. So you could start saying things like, ingesting poison, right? It can be bad for you, but sometimes some kinds of poison can be good, right? And if you think about it, right, then all these things, and it's just, please, let's stop this. Crutch phrases are hilarious. I know and like are very common ones. And a few of my friends out there, forgive me for retelling this story, but one of the funniest ones I've ever encountered was on an airplane. And I was I think I was going to San Diego, and I was sitting next to basically the real life equivalent of John Candy's character from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, except for the Texan version. And larger than life, every story was just grandiose. I mean, he was probably a fantastic salesman of whatever he wanted to be, but his crutch phrase was, "We just laughed about it." And that's out of left field, but he could shoehorn it in the most creative ways. So I was really impressed. And my favorite one, he would say, tell a story about his daughter or something being just amazing in soccer or some crazy, situation he got into. And we just laughed about it. I mean, we just laughed about that forever. But the best one, the one that just I cannot get over, we're flying over West Texas, headed to San Diego, and we look down, and there's a dust storm. It was amazing. It was really cool to see from the air, just a huge dust storm. The guy on the window seat was asleep, and we're flying over this dust storm, and he kind of wakes up, and the John Candy guy that was sitting next to me, we talked about it, and he pointed out, oh, look, this dust storm, blah, blah, blah. So we had discussed it, talked about it, observed it, seen it, all the things. The guy in the window seat wakes up, and he kind of, oh wow, dust storm down there. And my guy here says, oh yeah, me and him was just laughing about that earlier. And I'm thinking we were never laughing about it. It's just the most weirdest crutch phrase I've ever come across, but cracks me up every time I think about it. So, kind of become a one of our favorite things to say to each other, those who I've shared the story with. So, uh, just be aware of crutch phrases, and it's not like we can point them out, I guess, to people unless you're supposed to coach them. But we just laughed about it. I mean, we were just laughing about that earlier. So, hey, whatever. Enough blabbing, right? It is Halloween. Let's check out this Chelada Nada. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a. Oh, hey, guess what else is back? The Kerr Mason Jar, the official Mason Jar of Feeling Better Tomorrow. So yeah, let's check out this Athletic Brewing. Now, if you're gonna do a Chelada, a lot of times you'll have a salted rim. I don't have any margarita salt. I started to make one out of tahine, which if you've never had tahine, do yourself a favor. Next watermelon season, or whatever any fruit, get some tahine and just go to town. It's delicious. It's amazing. I was gonna try to coat the rim with tahine, but I didn't. It's a little bit too complicated for me. So wanted to stir this up a little bit, so you just kind of turn it around, and then we'll dump it in here and have a look. A little bit of lime is good in here too. I don't know what gave that away. But anyway, see what we've got to offer here. Now, if you like, in Texas, we have a drink called the Red Draw, or the Red Beer, or the Bloody Beer. I don't know. That may be all over the world. Who knows? I'm from Texas, so that's why I said it's from Texas. But actually, I do think the first one ever originated in Wichita Falls, Texas, at the P2, which is a drive-in restaurant where back in the day you could drive in, get some beer, and roll out, or just sit there and drink it with your food. So I don't think that's doable anymore, but I believe they are credited with making the first Bloody Beer, Red Draw, Red Beer, whatever you want to call it. But this is the Mexican version, so it does have the spices in it. Again, this is a collaboration with Arriba Chelada. So you can buy the mix, just mix it with whatever, non-alcoholic beer you like. Usually a domestic's going to be a little bit better for that, obviously. Maybe your Coors Cutter, your Bud Zero, Busch, NA, any of those. But if you find yourself lucky enough to stumble across this, it is dang good. I know I didn't take a second sip like I usually do, but I've had it before. I had some others. And it's really good. If you like the salty, spicy, it's not, overwhelming. It's not going to burn your tongue hot, spicy, but man, the seasoning, it's really good. So if you like a salty, limey, flavorful beverage, you're really going to like this. I highly recommend it. So yeah. I only kind of started being able to tolerate tomatoes kind of later in life. So this does have a little bit of, it's tomato based, obviously, so it's going to have a tomato flavor, but it's really good. And all the spices are delicious. Excellent, excellent choice. Have this instead of other alcoholic laden, body poisoning stuff. We just laughed about it. We just laughed about that earlier. But anyway, go grab a Chelada Nada from Athletic. Have started seeing Athletic get some of their, their fall flavors out there. So I'll have to go hunt those down. But I do still have a backlog of things I need to get to for anybody who cares. So thank you for tuning in. It's good to be here with you again. The PMP, wishing you a happy Halloween. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. You can do it. Just avoid the alcohol. Do yourself a favor. You will feel better. Talked to a good buddy of mine out in San Diego. He's going on 4 years, which is awesome. Congratulations. January 1st will be 5 years for me, which is extremely hard to believe. So yeah, let's gain momentum. Let's be a team. Get on the team here. And let's feel better tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Have a happy Halloween. Be safe. We'll talk to you soon, hopefully.